guys, today I'm going to give you a little glimpse into what we feed our off-the-track thoroughbreds here at Tall Tale Equestrian. So I have a textured feed that's custom formulated for me according to my exact specifications, made at the local feed mill near us. I told them that I wanted as high as possible to 12% in the categories of protein, fat, and fiber in the guaranteed analysis. I did not want a high molasses content, which often is in textured feeds. You'll hear of some feeds being called sweet feed. Those typically have a lot of molasses, and that holds the feed together. Gives it some more structure. But I do not want a lot of sugar because with the off-the-track thoroughbreds, they tend to run a little bit hot in general. And I don't really want to exacerbate that by feeding them any extra sugar. So in addition to that, this is a complete feed, so it has all of the nutrients that a horse will need. You don't necessarily need to supplement with anything else unless you have certain specific concerns, which we'll talk about in just a minute. So, like I said, it's a textured feed, but you'll notice that this is a bit looser than what you would consider a sweet feed because, like I said, there's very, very limited quantity of molasses in here, the minimum that they could actually do. There's oats, there is rice bran as well, alfalfa pellets, and then in addition to that, I also supplement with each horse every morning gets half a cup additional of flax seeds, whole flax seeds, and this gives them a really beautiful lustrous coat. As far as supplements go, each horse gets different supplements for the most part, but there are some things that everyone in the barn gets no matter which horse they are. So, for example, I feed these Apple Elite electrolytes. I feed everyone a scoop in the morning just to make sure that they stay hydrated and stay drinking a good amount of water. And I find this to be highly palatable. Everybody seems to like this. And then if I have a horse that seems to be like having a hard time adjusting to new feed when it first arrives here, or if it has loose stools for whatever reason, I will feed it probiotics, just a little scoop of probiotics. And this is very inexpensive and something that you can also feed as a preventative if you have a horse that has sensitive stomach, or if you just want to improve their levels of gut bacteria, good gut bacteria. And then I have a couple of horses that are on smart packs, but then one of my favorite supplements that everybody gets is NupaFeed liquid magnesium. So I actually recently switched over to liquid magnesium from pelleted magnesium, and I find this to be much more highly absorbable and effective. And this also, so this is the daily form, and each horse gets 2 pumps of this. It's really good for hot or nervous horses. It's good for spooky horses. It just seems to take the edge off. It also helps with their general anxiety levels, but also their muscle condition. And then this NupaFeed also comes in gel tubes, which you can feed prior to competition. So my pony that I had last year, my pony Hobo, in the lead up to the Thoroughbred makeover, he was struggling with some tension issues, and I would feed him 2 tubes of NupaFeed prior to competition, and it made a huge amount of difference for him. So this is Maple, and she is showing you her lovely Himalayan salt block. Every one of my stalls has one of these Himalayan salt blocks in it. The horses, again, they find this really palatable, really delicious. Actually, this horse just got a brand new one because she, when she arrived here, she must have been low on minerals or salt or something because she devoured hers. So she needed a new one. But everyone gets Himalayan salt in addition to the electrolytes that I had mentioned earlier that everyone gets in the morning. All of my thoroughbreds get free choice, really high quality forage. So in the absence of grass, so in the winter and spring months when it's really muddy here in Virginia and there's not enough grass to sustain them, and also when they're in the stalls, I feed 2nd or 3rd cutting orchard grass, and I make sure that that's in front of them 24 hours a day at all times. And then for some of my harder keepers, but really for all of the off-the-track thoroughbred horses that I have here, I feed them straight alfalfa to supplement the orchard grass. Alfalfa is good for so many different reasons. It's higher in protein. It's actually a legume. Alfalfa is a legume. It's not a grass, which a lot of people don't know. But it is good to prevent ulcers. It's really good for their gut. And it's really good for putting weight on hard-keeping horses as well. So a lot of people have differing opinions on how to feed your horses and what type of feed pan or a feed bucket. A lot of people use feed buckets. I like to feed my horses on the ground, meaning in a feed pan that you set on the ground. And the reason for that is horses are naturally designed to eat off the ground. They're grazing animals. And so I like to keep things as natural as possible, and I like to feed them in a feed pan on the ground. Now, I have a couple of exceptions. I have some horses that tip their feed pans over, and so they have to eat it in a feeder that's raised up so that they don't step in their feed and destroy their feed. This helps mitigate choke. So we have 2 horses in the barn that are notorious chokers, and so those horses, I soak their feed, and they for sure always eat on the ground. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more episodes on how to train and care for your off-the-track thoroughbred in our educational YouTube series.